Hi, Amanda. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yes, I
I'm
knew
just
the break.
chilling.
Oh, no, don't say it. I thought I finally broke you of the habit. Just chilling. I was like, oh, we've been on break for a little while, catching up, and I thought the for sure, and you stopped, and then I reacted, and it.
Well, it's been a busy break, so I haven't really been chilling, but
All right, good. So today, I got to talk about what we're talking about first. Today we are jumping in. This is going to come out on December 1st. December 1st is a huge day in college admissions. So there is a lot to cover, all revolving around what students should be doing right now and getting ready to do. So we're definitely going to hit some heavy duty topics here in the area, but I want to first, before we jump into that, ask you if you could turn around and answer that old phone above your head. I, does it work?
it
Does
does
that,
not work. It does not.
I was hoping, I was hoping
No. Who has a landline anymore?
not me, but you never know. I mean, you're obviously not at your house. So. Awesome. I laugh because I see that and I always think of one of my favorite Netflix shows that we'll talk about some other time. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that was the selling point for my mom because
I
she worked at the phone company. Yeah,
I believe it.
but you
Awesome.
mentioned some. Oops, sorry.
No, I say so. Let's get started. Let's jump in. Sounds like you're ready to go. I want to talk
Yes.
all about December 1.
You mentioned December 1st. Why is that such a big deal? Like, I've never. Well, I guess it's my cat's birthday, so is that why it's such a big deal?
I'd like to tell him congratulations. That's a big deal. Living with you for a year, I'm sure he's been through his ups and downs for sure. But no, December 1 is a big deal. The reason December 1 is a big deal because a lot of things transition in admissions. So December 1, for example, probably the biggest news is that our orientation sign up opens up at SVSU.
Oh,
So most schools starting December 1, if you are ready, you've applied, been admitted, got everything in order, come December 1, you can actually go in and start signing up for orientation, which is a huge advantage for students. You know, on this podcast, how many times have I said it? You know it's coming. Don't laugh, but I got to say it again. You got to cut in line, right? College is the opposite of kindergarten. So December 1 is a really good time for our students who are admitted to go and cut in line. Now, a lot of our students, we've had applications. We'll continue to accept applications throughout this year. So I'll have students out there who will say, well, wait a minute, Nick, I'm not even admitted yet. Am I falling behind? Not the case. We're always going to try to make room for you, right? We're going to do everything possible to help you through. But December 1 really is kind of the time where we hope that you would have applied by now. If not, like I said, okay, let's go back to our last series, the how-to series, right? Let's start them with episode 1 and run them right through that series because it really talks about getting that application in. The other thing about December 1 that's really important is all of my students who want to compete for the President's Scholarship have to have their application in by December 1st. So
is that
that's
a private scholarship or?
that is not a private school. See, I love it. You're already thinking ahead. You're getting there.
Just curious.
Amanda, you've learned so much this year. We're gonna get you hired here pretty soon. So the President's Scholarship is the full scholarship, full tuition and fees scholarship, and students who meet the criteria, um, who have the GPA, they can go in and if they've been admitted by December 1, then they can start they should be already starting, but can start the President's Scholarship competition materials for that. Now, you just mentioned my favorite part. After December 1, here comes the new one, private scholarships. So all of my admitted students now can go to SVSU. I'm going to make this svsu.edu/scholarships, right? And now the private scholarship application will be opening up on that page for students to start to apply for private scholarships from the university. Private scholarships are really, really important because private scholarship, that's money that's given to the university from outside donors, right? And then the university turns around, makes it a part of the foundation, and then we can then in turn give scholarships to incoming students. There are some returning student scholarships, so you know people who are I won't say anything. People who are upperclassmen can also go in and apply for some of those returning student scholarships, but the whole thing opens up for them December 1st. It's all through a program called Academics Works. What's really nice is it's one application, and it can go to all the different private scholarships that we have. So admitted students, this is the first step. Now, you don't need to be committed to SVSU to apply to the private scholarships, right? So even if SVSU is still in that top, couple of schools that you're considering, you still want to go in and fill out that private scholarship application. Has a lot going in that application, but you want to have it filled out so that we can then, through our office and through the foundation office, start searching and hopefully maybe offering you more scholarship money than what's already been awarded.
Okay, so the private scholarships, what advice would you give to like a student who wants to apply for one? Like, what should they necessarily write about? Is there like a prompt, or what should they write about?
Good question. Now I'm going to be good here, and I'm not going to give away, all right, all the things that you should write down. But I want to say that one of the things that you should always keep in mind when you are applying for scholarship money, know that people are out there, they want to give you this money. People like me want to give it away, right? I don't want it sitting around and not being used, right? If somebody was out there, you got somebody like me sitting in this nice cushy office, right? Hanging out. You want to tell someone like me why I should invest in you. Think of it that way. There's lots of different reasons, and everybody's reason is different. So there's no magic bullet that says, hey, if I put 20 extracurricular activities, well, then obviously I'm a really good student and they're going to give me the scholarship. Nope. In fact, I would even argue if I have a student who's in 1 or 2 extracurricular activities, but they really are passionate about it and show a lot of really cool engagement with it, that's better than having 20 that you just kind of attend, right? So there's all different types of experiences out there. You need to prove to me, you want to show me why it's a good investment. Now, here is the big piece of advice with that. That's nothing groundbreaking, right? People think about that all the way.
Right.
Here's the big piece of advice with it. Remember, I'm selfish. All people are selfish. All schools are selfish. So if you say are checking out SVSU and you're applying for private scholarships at SVSU, you might want to mention, hint, hint, why you would be such a good student at SVSU. What are some of the things you've researched about SVSU? See where I'm going with this?
That makes some sense, yeah.
If you're, I'm going to think of a random one from my past. You're really interested in horses and the business side of agriculture, right? You probably want to talk about our agricultural business program and the fact that you've already reached out and are really interested in joining the equestrian team. See, that's a good investment. That's somebody I know that has a plan. It doesn't need to be concrete. I don't want you to go in and say, I'm going to be the next president of the United States, hint, hint, at a certain age, hint, hint, talking to you, obviously. You don't need to go in and say specifically that. But if you show that you've really already investigated the university and you know of certain areas where you know you're going to be very successful in, that's bonus points, man. I always call that's a cherry on the top, right? When I'm looking and I see a student who does that, that tells me that that's someone who's really worth investing in.
Okay.
Pretty good advice.
Yeah, I think that'll be really helpful to some people. But where should they go to like find out what they should do next? Like where
Perfect.
Should they talk to somebody or just look through the website?
Either or. Let me give you the website first, okay? If you're an admitted student out there and it's rolling December 1 and you want to know what to do next, we try to make it as simple as possible, right? You know me, I put everything in a checklist. So I built a checklist. The university has a checklist at svsu.edu/next steps. Couldn't make it any easier than that, right? On that, it actually shows you what to do step by step, right? It includes some things about financial aid, maybe they've already done. So a lot of students probably have already looked at this, but it also talks about, okay, how do I actually go through the process of signing up for orientation? How do I fill out my housing application, right? We actually put those things in place so that students will have it and can use that as a checklist to see all of those. The private scholarship, there'll be a mention of private scholarships in that page that'll link them to that other actual application page. So the svsu.edu/next steps page is really, really important. I tell students, the students I work with personally, bookmark it. I know you're all using Chrome or one of these fancy new internet thingies. Sorry, I had to say that. Bookmark svsu.edu/next steps. That's because when you make that decision, and we've talked about decision time, right? Our last podcast in the how-to series was all about this. When you make that decision, it's time to do that. Okay, it's time to get ready and actually go in and use that page. But I don't want you to do that until you're sure. You mentioned the other part. Call me, please. I love talking to people. Sign up. We still have admissions reps that are available to talk with virtually. We've seen an increase in the number of admissions reps meeting with students virtually. So it's been really, really helpful. Even if a student's not ready to commit, they just want to talk through some things, find out more information, go to that visit page, svsu.edu/visit, and sign up. We'll take as much time as it needs, and we'll meet virtually one-on-one to help you figure it out. I want you to make the best decision for you, right? So I have to give you all of the information I can. I've even had students, especially this time of year, it's been really nice. Our financial aid, our CFSC staff have virtual appointments available too. So we have a bookings, it's right online, same actual bookings page that we have. You can select a financial aid and maybe you just want to spend 30 minutes talking numbers with them. Great. Do both. Do both as many times as you need, right? That's what we're here for. So students have been really good about doing that. And if you're a student out there and you're seeing this for the first time, you're just meeting Amanda, sorry. But I really want to encourage you to take the time to set that up to be ready to go. So
you can never have too much information.
What's that?
You can never have too much information.
You absolutely can never have too much information, especially when it's talking about such a big decision like this. It is a big decision, and with everything that's going on pandemic-wise, it's made the water a little murkier, right? Students they have more questions about what they should be doing. That's why we did the how-to series previously. But if you're sitting there and you're just even a little bit confused, reach out. We're pretty helpful people. Call me, text me, whatever it takes. We're there to help. We love working with students. And I think sometimes we live in such a digital robot world that students are a little surprised when they text someone and all of a sudden, like, I'm texting them back. They're like, wait a minute. I was expecting some canned answer, right, from Microsoft or something. Now, we actually take the time. We want to talk to you and help out as much as possible. So we will do that, and we'll answer everything. So that's December 1st in a nutshell. Let's reiterate. Orientation, housing, private scholarships are all opening up now on December 1st. So have at it. Go for it. It's worth it. There's a lot of things out there for you as a student. So I hope to really work with students soon on taking those next couple of steps through that.
That's awesome.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, well, I'm wrangling back from you. We've had a big break. Okay, so it comes to that point. It's time for the irreverent question of the day, and I'm totally stealing it back from you. Sorry.
Okay.
Get ready. So while we were away, I made some major changes. I shouldn't have major changes. I can't come on campus and work out as much as I used to anymore, and I obviously need to work out as much as possible. So I bought a really nice it's called an air bike. It's a different than your normal exercise bike. It's not a Peloton. Don't get crazy, okay? I don't need to be in class with a bunch of people, but it's a very nice exercise bike. And I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible, but we've obviously just left Thanksgiving, and we're heading towards Christmas. So I'm going to live vicariously through you, and I need to know, what is your go-to snack? When you're hangry, the cat's staring at you, right? You got to answer the old phone behind you, and you need a hangry go-to snack. What is your hangry go-to snack? Because I'll tell you mine here in a second. Yeah, check the phone.
Taco Bell?
Ah,
Can I get a potato taco, please?
Potato.
I
Okay,
love taco. I was eating Taco Bell in the womb. You can ask my mom.
See, that makes me feel a little better because I'm not a Taco Bell guy, so I can't live as vicariously through you as possible. But that's good. Mine, I found we have a new Costco out by my house, and I have found the best thing ever, and it is salt and pepper seasoned pistachios. And I got to tell you, they're awesome. I eat way
You
too
see, I'm
many.
not a pistachio fan.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get you started. They're good.
We'll see.
That's going to be the go-to snack. It's somewhat healthy. I'm a little worried because there's a lot of calories and all that kind of stuff. So I got to like take it easy, but at least I get something, at least I'm not sticking my head full of Christmas cookies ready to go. So,
It's gonna
which I
be.
know, which is going to be you, which is so fair. Anyways, all right. Well, that makes me feel a little better. I have no problem staying away from Taco Bell. So the next time, be ready because I'm going to ask you. I should be asked you what your healthy snack choice is, but now I'm a little concerned.
Healthy snack.
Yeah, you don't do it, do you?
I would say maybe like some strawberries or like a salad. But in the salad, it's got to be the Olive Garden like classic dressing. And there's got to be cheese in it.
So your healthy option is a salad with really heavy dressing and all. All right, I'm in. I'm good. I should be all set. 20 pounds by January. Here we go. All right, Amanda. It was good seeing you again. All right. I'm glad that we're back and we can start doing this. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Deal?
Deal.
All right, Carol Baskin, make sure you wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Never. Okay, always.
Bye.
Bye.